The number one reason you're not losing belly fat. I made my first video on belly fat years ago, and by far the most asked question I've ever received in my life is, Dr. Mike, how do I lose belly fat? And the reason for that is because I struggled with the exact same problem. To give you a backstory, finished with pre-med, and I dedicated my entire life to getting into medical school and a full ride scholarship, and I managed to do that, but it came at the price of my health, and all the fat tissue that I stored over that time was over my belly. Now, during the week, I would work very hard. I would still train to be able to balance life a little bit, exercise. However, that belly fat would never go away. And I hear this consistently. Dr. Mike, what do? I train, I'm doing intermittent fasting, I'm dieting, but I'm still not being able to lose my belly fat. And I have noticed over the 8 years that it's one consistent factor that is stopping people from losing their belly fat. I just came back to Cape Town after being 2 months in Malaysia and saw everybody that I'd seen in the gym 2 months ago in the exact same position, and they said, hey Dr. Mike, I'm still struggling to lose my belly fat. And even clients who then finally decided to work with me asked, Dr. Mike, I've tried everything and you're my last hope. I want to be able to lose the belly fat. And the one thing that stopped people from losing their belly fat, and in this video I will detail what that is. Not only will I tell you what the main problem is, I will also tell you what the solution is, because I am a big believer that if you're going to present a problem, present the solution. And I am so sure that for those of you who take the advice that I'm about to give you, it will change your life. The other individuals, the other half of people that have come to me and said, Dr. Mike, you've changed my life, took the advice that I'm about to share in this video. I am so passionate because I know that those who follow what I'm about to share with you, it will change everything. But the number one reason you're never losing your belly fat and that stop people from losing their belly fat are weekends. Stick to the end of the video. Let me explain. So I would study my tail off Monday to Friday. And when the weekend came, and after I'd gone through an entire week of training, jogging, cardio, I did it all, on the weekend, I would then decide, you know what, I have worked so hard, I should reward myself. And that would involve a cheat meal, which would turn into a cheat day. And then Saturday would come over and I would just say, hey, you know what, let's start the week over again on Monday. And I would fall in this consistent pattern. What ends up happening is, because I dieted throughout the entire week, I end up doing more damage and eat all of my calories back on the weekend than what I burned through the week, because I was essentially starving myself and not following an appropriate and structured and sustainable protocol. And that's exactly what I'm seeing with a lot of people. They'll go to keto and cut out entire food groups and carbs completely. They'll say no to the dinners Monday to Thursday, and then on Friday they'll say, you know what, I'll just have a little bit. Or they'll do intermittent fasting really well during the entire week. And what cheat meals does is that because you've restricted yourself so long, it's the idea of not being able to press the red button. On Friday, your willpower decreases and you end up overindulging and overeating. And the foods that you're typically overeating are the fast foods. So the foods that are high in fat. McDonald's burgers, which is 25 grams of fat. And if you have 2 of those, you're already over your fat daily intake. And if you're cheat mealing the whole day, you're eating an easy 100 grams of fat in one day. And what happens is that as you have a cheat meal Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you've consumed so much fat by that time. And if you're eating 100, 200, 300 grams of fat in a weekend, what does your body do with all that fat? And it stores that fat. It has to go somewhere. So people fall on this hamster wheel when it starts with a weekend with a decrease in motivation. So this is my advice for those weekend warriors when the cheat meals come. So you guys are probably asking, Dr. Mike, what is a sustainable starting point for my nutrition to be able to see the results I want and to be able to lose the belly fat? Do this right now. Go into the comment section down below. Give me your age, weight, height, your gender, how many times you want to train, and I will tell you the exact amount of calories, protein, carbs, and fats you need to be eating throughout the entire week consistently to be able to see those results. I will do that for the next 24 hours of this video being released. I know the people who are coming to the video first are people who are highly motivated and want to see results, and I want to see you win. So comment down below right now. Build a sustainable diet that you can follow Sunday to Sunday. And when I start coaching my clients, I actually include the burger in there. I include the pasta and I include meals and make them feel like they're pressing the red button every day, so it doesn't feel feel like they're restricting themselves. And just that psychological change will help them make better decisions. So your graph for the entire week ends up looking like a nice straight line of consistency versus Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then you're fighting an uphill battle once again. So the first rule is when you're going to start on a diet to lose belly fat, make sure it's sustainable and you're eating the foods you enjoy. So when the weekend comes, it's easy to say no to the cheat meal because you're like, hey, I eat this every day. I actually don't really care for it. That's the first thing. The second thing is after you've done those cheat weekends and cheat days is you end up moving less. You're feeling full. The food you're eating tends to make you feel very tired because they're also very high in sugars. So you're getting a sugar crash. So during the week, you're at 10,000 daily steps. And on the weekend, you end up being half of that because you're eating the cheat meals and you end up moving less. So my rule is whenever I start working with anybody, I say, hey, when we start, a bare minimum, I never want to see on your graph less than 8,000 steps. And again, that consistency of how much you're moving throughout the day, as you do that for 1, 2, 3, 4 months consistently, you will see that belly fat decrease over time. That's the second thing that people do is they tend to move less because they're tired, they're too full, and their stomach is in pain because they've just overindulged. And something that I've also noticed is finding friends and being around a group of friends that are actually all on that same journey with you. Something that I've done, and I've designed my coaching program for this very reason, is when you're doing it with a group of people, a community, you're more likely to stick to the goal and follow it together. This is the big reason why sports teams are so massive, because it is a group of people trying to achieve a goal simultaneously and together. So finding a group of people that support you and want the best for you, they're not going to invite you out on eating cheat meals because they also want to achieve the same goal. They're rather going to invite you to go to the gym and train, and they're rather going to invite you to be able to do hiking and exercising and activities that are beneficial to you losing your belly fat. But that's the second thing that happens in the weekend is that you move less. And then finally, the biggest factor that I see, and it plays very well into cheat meals, is alcohol. And to give you a story, in 2016, before I decided to make this change, I got a scholarship to move to Russia. And I was over consuming alcohol tremendously. Not only is alcohol empty calories, it's very easy to over consume, is that once you've drank that alcohol, it leads to making poor decisions. And you end up eating those cheat meals and all of a sudden you're putting on 5,000 to 6,000 easy calories. My favorite drink would be a Long Island, which is a mixture of alcohol with sugar in there. So I would drink 600 to 700 calories in one drink easily. So alcohol is something that I've personally said is poison. Now, I have clients that I've coached and seen tremendous progress and they've gotten to the shape of their life with alcohol. But most of us are over consuming and abusing alcohol. Not only does alcohol put on extra calories and actually make you gain a tremendous amount of weight, it also decreases the main hormone responsible for helping us build muscle. And research studies have shown this time and time again. When you consume alcohol, that drops your testosterone levels, the main hormone you need to build muscle, and increases your estrogen level. And you end up retaining so much more fat tissue because you're putting alcohol in your system. When you drink alcohol, you feel very slow. You're very, very dizzy. And it does the exact same thing within your body. It doesn't allow you to metabolize things the right way. It doesn't allow your gut to metabolize and break down the foods the right way. And even myself, I felt that my digestion and just my energy levels overall throughout the week were terrible. So you end up falling on the cycle on a weekend of consistently dining out, consistently moving less, and then drinking. And then on Monday, you fall in a pattern. So what I do with my clients is, number one, I build a plan sustainably throughout the week that doesn't feel like you're on a diet. It should be a lifestyle and that you can follow from Sunday to Sunday. The second thing is I set basic rules of moving, go hiking, go on walks, go cycling, do anything that's moving. And over time, as you go through month 1, month 2, month 3, month 4, month 5, you'll see your belly fat disappear. And myself, even when I decided to make this transformation, when I started documenting my journey, 2020, I completely cut out alcohol. Definitely moments where I would have a drink or two, but I cut it out completely. The last drink I had was on my birthday, October 31st, 2022, and I am in the shape of my life at my current body fat percentage in my competition prep because I've completely cut out the alcohol. It's led to making better decisions. It's led to me being in the best shape of my life and feeling the most energetic that I ever have because I have cut out the mistakes I would make on the weekend. So for all of you who want to lose belly fat, when you build your nutrition or when you're following a plan, ask yourself if you can follow it from Sunday to Sunday. The second thing is follow a consistent plan of how much you're going to move. Say, hey, I'm sticking to 5 days of training a week. Do that consistently. And then finally, reduce your alcohol intake. At the bare minimum with my clients, I say, hey, if you're going to go out, have no more than 3 shots or 2 glasses of an alcohol beverage. So if it's 3 shots, they're going to have a double whiskey and they'll maybe add a 0-calorie drink to that, and maybe they'll have a single again, and you should be good for the night. And then you can carry on with just drinking a 0-calorie drink throughout the night, or sparkling water, or if you're gonna have wine, 2 glasses of wine, and that should be enough not to derail you from your entire progress and still allow you to make consistent progress. That is the number one thing I've seen that has stopped people from being able to lose their belly fat. Let me know in the comments down below if you've experienced this yourself, if you find that this video is helpful, and if you do feel that, leave the video the gentle thumbs up. Comment down below, has any of these things stopped you? Are you struggling with being able to lose your belly fat? Are you doing the things I've mentioned and still not seeing results? Let me know in the comments down below. But I will see you guys in the next one. Cheers.